Get up. Morning, Barbados.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning once again. A marvelous Monday in Barbados. I'm Doug Hoyt. Just happy to be here, along with Joel Ford. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning. Okay, I'm going to say, where is Four Hills in St. Peter? I didn't think Barbados had one hill, far less four.
Yeah, if you're heading towards Farley Hill, you just make a right turn in the back there, and so on. That's where it is.
That's where it is?
I have a good old friend up there called Indian.
Ah.
You know what I mean? I think Indian is something. Hey. What's on?
Well, it's been a little sad this weekend. What is the hurry? Where is everybody going to? Where is everybody going to? It just seems to me that everybody's in this mad hurry, and they seem to think that though the two-lane highways are some kind of musical cars. Everybody's just weaving in and out and in a big hurry, and I'm not sure where everybody's going.
Yeah,
Leave home early, people.
It is a real shame, and particularly now that school reopens today.
Oh. Listen, that's the best thing about
to
working this show this morning. I can just beat the traffic, honestly.
Get here early, yeah.
I still think as long as we've had that two-lane highway, I still think that people are unaware of how to use it. I've had several situations over the past few weeks where we're driving coming from the bus roundabout heading towards CBC, and the lights are green in the middle of the hill, and somebody just dead stopped in the middle of the hill to let out somebody from a side road. I'm like, hello, you're on the highway. I've had instances where people have come round the roundabout in one lane and just cross over in front of you into the other lane. I'm convinced that we didn't do a proper educational program about how to use that road in the period while it was billing, like how with the roundabouts, you know, it's the one at Boarded Hall and the other one up near Coral Ridge. There's a sign that says roundabout in use. What it really means is piece of roundabout in use because it ain't paved.
How many accidents have you had on the roundabout?
My brakes are good.
Just checking. It seems as though you have a fixation with these roundabouts.
But no, I find that people, I'm not sure if it's that we didn't do a proper educational program teaching people how to use them. I'm not sure if it is that people ignore the education.
I think Barbadians generally like to improvise.
I just don't know what it is anymore.
You know, and now I will not come out of a road if there's a guy giving me a flashing light at all.
Yes.
I say, you go ahead. You go ahead,
because
you never know how genuine this is.
For me now, I'm at a place where if I'm at the top of the head of the traffic lights, I always give it an extra few seconds before I move off, because there's always some idiot flying coming through the red light. I don't know where everybody's going.
Yeah,
leave wherever you are earlier to get where you're going and not be late. Duh, how hard is that?
I know. We had some inclement weather over the weekend. I was surprised.
So am I, because I heard they had it in St. George, but all I had was the heat. I didn't get the rain.
I live in St. George, and I really didn't see the rain.
I didn't see it either. I had the black clouds which stopped me from doing my laundry. I had the heat. I didn't get the rain.
On Saturday, I planned on doing some work in the yard, and then all of a sudden, we got a shower. Nothing persistent, just a little drizzle.
No, we had a heavy one on Saturday out by me.
Really?
But on Sunday, oh, the heat was on.
You live in the other part of St. George.
I live in Dash Valley.
Oh, yeah.
The bread basket of St. George.
That's not what Bernard would tell you.
Don't deal with Bernard. Still continuing on a slightly sad note, don't forget that we remembered the Campus Trends victims over the weekend, September the 3rd. That was the first anniversary of that terrible incident. And they had a march in the city.
Yeah, a march from the Tudor Street location
down to Queen's Park, I believe, and then they had a concert in their memory. There's a foundation set up. And then if you read the papers yesterday, the families are still grieving very much for the loss of their daughters.
Yeah,
and
it's only been a year, and of course,
and it's still very raw.
Yeah,
it's still very raw. Still very
raw. What else did you do this weekend that we can talk about?
Doug, what are you saying? Not a lot.
I'm saying
really.
You burnt the rice.
I did not do rice. Okay. I did a very nice swordfish with lemon pepper, and I did a wicked macaroni pie with smoked Gouda cheese. Oh, mwah!
Well,
Didn't do rice.
It didn't do rice.
I went to the Home Expo at Lloyd Erskine Sandiford, and I'm saying it publicly. I was deeply disappointed. I was looking for, remember the old home show? So I was looking up for loads of interesting furniture design and ways of putting stuff together. It was mostly about services. There was insurance and banking and very expensive, environmentally friendly products.
You need to insure your home, and you need to
I've done that.
Okay, and you need to improve the water condition. You need to...
But those products are extremely expensive. There was a particular company there had something set up looking at hurricane prevention window shutters and stuff. One window is $1,900. The average Bajan can just do about one window.
You could buy a rusty old car for that.
You can just do about one window. So what would you be doing with the rest of the house? So that's what I'm saying.
When you put it in context, if you when you look at
if you value the
house,
yeah, $1,900 is nothing. But in these times and in most times for the average Bajan, $1,900 to come up with just to do the one, protect the one window really is steep. Although the gentleman did say to me, like 2 windows, you do those 2.
And then the roof goes off.
And then the roof goes
Hey, listen, how about the yardies this weekend? Usain Bolt and all.
Well, now the lightning bolt is back. He's back.
World record time.
Yes, indeed. I felt the false start was just kind of like setting us up for, you know.
Yeah, for something bigger and better.
I was still a little disappointed at Ryan Bradford, but I'm figuring he's going to come into his own in the Olympics.
Yeah, he'll come together in due course. I just think that. But anyway, listen. Let's give due to the Jamaicans. I mean, it was a beautiful race, well executed, and I was happy with St. Kitts.
Yes, they did pretty well.
Got bronze.
Getting themselves on the map there. Yeah,
that's incredible.
It really was a busy sporting weekend as well. I think rally was on as well. There were a couple of other things on as well. So it was a busy sporting weekend. My sporting friends were thrilled to bits. Who wasn't glued to the TV? We went to visit Belle over the weekend.
Lula Belle? How is she doing?
She is very
and little
good.
Lula Belle.
And little Lula Belle, CC. Well, she's walking and talking now. And Peter Allen has just gotten a puppy, so she took her to see the puppy. So the two of them spent the whole evening running around chasing each other.
Wow, sounds like fun.
But the thing is that by 7:30, Peter was saying, 40, we need to go. The race start at 8 o'clock.
Okay, all right. Let's see what's happening in the news this morning. A top official of the Barbados Workers Union has rejected any suggestion that the trade union movement has outlived its usefulness. Deputy General Secretary Robert Barbie Morris says rather than declining, the trade union movement will get stronger. There's a call for a new institution to assist Barbadians with owning their own homes. With government pushing ahead with its Housing Every Last Person program, trade is being suggested. I beg your pardon. With government pushing ahead with its Housing Every Last Person program, it is being suggested that the time is right to set up a building society. Drug pushers are using the west coast beaches of Barbados as major selling points to tourists. Word of this has come from Chairman of the National Conservation Commission, Tyrone Lowe. The Trinidad and Tobago government has used its majority to extend the state of emergency imposed on the country since August 21st by a further 3 months. It has assured citizens that the crisis which brought about the measure in the first instance has been now averted. The opposition Progressive Liberal Party has been commenting on the downgrade of the Bahamian economy from stable to negative by international credit ratings agency Moody's. It says this is confirmation of the Hubert Ingram's administration's mismanagement of the economy. That's the top lines in the news this morning. Let's hear from Joel now what we can expect in the international newspapers and our local papers today. Joel?
Thank you very much, Doug. And just about 9 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, if you're just joining us. Coming out of the International Herald Tribune, we want to say a special thanks to Newspapers Direct for providing us with this copy. Strauss-Kahn faces an uneasy front, so it's not quite the arrival of the Pope with a kiss on the tarmac, but the press attention was comparable on Sunday morning when a relieved Dominic Strauss-Kahn returned to France with charges of attempted rape against him dropped, but he's had to resign his job as managing director of the International Monetary Fund. Mr. Strauss-Kahn was free to come home to a country still shocked and mystified about how a potential president on the verge of a carefully planned political campaign could have been so reckless as to have had sex, consensual or otherwise, with a hotel chambermaid. Libyans jail black Africans as mercenaries, and as rebel leaders plead to avoid revenge against brother Libyans. Many of their fighters are turning their wrath against migrants from sub-Saharan Africa, imprisoning hundreds for the crime of fighting as mercenaries for Colonel Muammar Gaddafi without any evidence except for the color of their skin. And that's really tragic. And I must read this little paragraph here. As a book lover, and my spare bedroom with the books from top to bottom as testament to it. Paperbacks are left on the shelf. These are dark times for the mass market paperback. As more readers are turning to e-books and bookstores, they focus on more expensive editions, and you can read all of that in the International Herald Tribune. Coming home now to the local papers, on the front page of the Barbados Advocate for Monday, September 5th, a show of love at memorials gives hope, and the elders' role in society is critical. So says the Minister of Family, Culture, Sports and Youth, and you can see him there as he joined members of the Community Independence Secretariat and chairpersons of the Parish Independence Committee at their church service to celebrate the beginning of the Independence Festival. Has finally closed its doors, and there is a spanking new school on the opposite side of the road. I believe they're going to be turning the old St. David's campus into a day nursery. On the front page of the Daily Nation, dirty copy. The University of the West Indies, Cave Hill, is being accused of major copyright infringement that could land the country's highest institution of learning in court. And rushing water. I'm going to ask my cameraman to pick up this picture of all of that water in St. George and St. John, but obviously in only certain parts of St. George, as we, the good people of Dash Valley, did not get any. On the back page, triple joy, American gold winner has Bajan parents. The best triple jumper in the world has Barbadian parents. Christian Taylor, his parents herald from the Republic of St. Philip, and he produced an incredible hop, skip and jump in the 4th round of the triple jump to strike gold at the World Athletic Championships in Daegu, South Africa. Let me show you Christian. I'm sure his parents must be particularly proud this morning. There you go.
And all of St. Philip.
And all of St. Philip. There'll be a carnival as we speak. They've declared it a public holiday.
Who was it said that Bayfield is the new capital of Barbados?
I'm telling you, it's not the capital. They're a republic. You need a visa to cross their borders.
An exciting morning planned ahead this today.
Oh, yes. Yeah, lots of little ones are in floods of tears as we speak, saying, but Mommy, I don't want to go back to school. My tummy hurting me. And if she's like my grandmother, she'd be saying, "Call me guess I guess to." In other words, you go
drink this salads and let me go.
Let me roll.
I was looking forward to seeing my good friend Stephanie Garded, but I understand she's not under the weather. Stephanie, hurry up and get better. We need you back here soon.
One of the things for me too is a lot of talk there has been over the last few weeks about how expensive back to school is. I mean, a neighbor of mine was telling me that one shirt for her little one who's like 6, he's at St. David's Primary, is $49.50, $50 bucks. $50. He's 6 years old, and she's got several of the little ones in steps just like him.
Obviously, she doesn't know Clarence.
Who's Clarence?
Clarence. That's a name I always give to a special department in every store. Clarence. We call it
Clarence.
You can go to Clarence and you can find everything.
But you had a young gentleman on the story on the show the other morning who was talking, and quite rightly, about hand-me-downs. If they're in good condition and you wear them with pride, nobody has to know that you're wearing the same shirt that your brother wore.
You got to be kidding, but you know.
I know, hand-me-downs. They're the only way to go. You got the shoes, the clothing, the toys, everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. Put aside the pride, people. It's not getting you anywhere.
Yeah, and the world of technology meets back to school. We're going to be talking about some of those issues that face in school with technology. Imagine an iPad.
Gone are the days of the backpack with every single possible book you may need for your first day back while you're leaning to the side with the way to the books.
I remember the transition from counting on the fingers to the calculator. Now here we got computers. We're going to talk a lot about that. Gabriel Abed is coming on this morning to talk technology with us.
And despite what you have seen in the weekend papers, Mr. Wickham is contractually obligated to fill out his time here with us at CBC. So we've got Peter Wickham on politics, and he'll be talking to us about the continuing state of emergency in Trinidad. And then we saw at the weekend that Dudus Cole
He
pleaded
pleaded guilty.
So I think a lot of Jamaicans, especially in that particular Tivoli Gardens, I think it is, who seemed quote-unquote shocked. I'm not sure why. But anyway, we also have to look at how that impacts on the Golding administration as well. All that and much more here on Morning Barbados. We're going to take a quick break, get a cup of coffee, and we'll be right back with you. Don't go away.
Morning Barbados, good morning.